Okay, let me now welcome on board Ranjit Rath, the CMD at Oil India, joining in on the show right now to talk about where he sees the company headed. Mr. Rath, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for joining in. Your company is guided for a 14% jump in crude oil and 51% jump in gas production by FY27. Tell me what gives you this kind of confidence. Where will the incremental volumes come in from?
First of all, let me convey my heartfelt gratitude for having me. It's a warm good morning to all of you there. We are looking at a multi-pronged strategy to enhance our production. Today, as we speak, we have about 1 lakh square kilometer of area with Oil India Limited for carrying out exploration. And we have about 4,800 square kilometer of area under our mining lease for our production purpose. So we have carried out something called a near field exploration campaign, which has given us new additional production opportunities. Plus, we have drilled an array of development wells, which is giving us the growth percentage in terms of our crude oil and natural gas opportunities.
The challenge for Oil India has been that they've not been able to ramp up their production. How are you looking at addressing this good old problem?
I would answer this question with a technical front. See, in India, we are actually dealing with very old and mature fields, and more so in the Assam Self. Now, Assam Self is one of the best Category 1 basin where we have enough of opportunity still left. So while we are looking at managing the reservoirs, which are old and on a decline pressure, we are also discovering new pools and new prospects. So as we speak, if you look at our decline rate is about 8 to 10%. And on top of it, we are scripting 2.5 to 3% growth this year. So the gross, if you look at, it's about 11 to 12% growth. That's the subject on which we need to address and what we need in terms of our exploration effort, a big discovery, which would actually change the game.
Are you close to giving us some good news on any big discovery? How many places currently right now the study is on?
I will tell you something very interesting. The last year we did about 45 plus geological studies, including petroleum system modeling. And that gave us an inventory of about 90 plus new locations. That's one piece as part of our near field exploration effort. As far as the OLP round is concerned, under OLP 9, we have secured about 40,000 square kilometer of area in the deep and ultra deep waters of Mahanadi Basin in the offshore waters. These are the areas where we say frontier basin, but we are looking forward to having some prospects there, and only time will tell after we do the initial seismic. And as we speak, let me share with you, we are undertaking drilling in our Andaman Nicobar Basin. We have got 2 OLP blocks there, and we are already ready to drill in our Kerala Konkan Basin.
Average realization for crude minus the overheads?
This year, it is about $78 per barrel. That's what we could realize this year.
Now, crude prices are off to a slow start this year. And the average could be between 60 to 70 if I look at the basic average rate for the first 3 months. So if crude prices remain here for the better part of the year, can I say that $78 which you had will automatically come below $60 this year or maybe $65 this year?
I would tend to agree with you with the outlook that is emerging since last 2 months and going forward. That's the range we are looking at. And to prepare ourselves for that, we have already initiated how do we bring in operational efficiency in what we are doing. And that has already started. A. B. We have already mapped the wells or the development wells or the locations which are more prospective or having more better pool. So that activity has already been initiated. Number 3, we are actually enhancing our drilling strategy so that we will fast track our drilling process and we should be able to drill more wells to have more production, because that's the way we thought we will counter this particular outlook.
Right. Also, Mr. Rath wanted to understand how much crude oil is currently India importing from Russia still?
I would pick that number something like 35 to 38%. That's the basic understanding I have on that. Since we are not into the import of crude oil, that's the understanding I carry.
So I wanted to understand about APM gas prices, which were capped at about $6.50. It's now been increased to 6.75, as we understand. How much does this impact your realizations per se?
The gas, if you look at this year's financials, in gas, we scripted highest ever growth, and we got a decent margin on natural gas. In fact, we did better than crude oil as far as gas is concerned, riding on this price point. We had an enhanced production, which is about 2.5% more than last year. It is highest ever. Plus, on top of it, we could realize at 6.5 and the 25-cent add-on.
Now, the other moving part for Oil India is going to be the new gas grid when they kick in. I mean, frankly, if oil is down, gas new grid kicks in. What will that do to your FY26 numbers? Your smile is telling me that either the gas grid is ready already.
No, let me correct it. The Northeast gas grid, which is there in the building, the Guwahati Numaligarh sector is already getting, as we speak, mechanical completion is over. It is getting commissioned. We have one pipeline, which is Duliajan Numaligarh pipeline. That pipeline had a capacity constraint. By end of this month or so, we should be able to ramp up the capacity from 1 million ton, 1 million standard cubic meter per day to 2.5. And recently, as we speak, we are looking forward to approval of a Duliajan feeder line connecting to the NEGG, that is Northeast Gas Grid. So with DNPL coming on stream, we are looking at a better evacuation of natural gas, which will gel well with the Numaligarh expansion also. So there we see a positive. Plus, once the Duliajan feeder line will take about 2 years' time, because there is no major hurdle that we see, we will be able to ramp up our gas production. But before that, I must tell you, since we have a gas sales purchase agreement with BCPL, that's the BCPL is the petrochemical complex that we have in upper part of Assam. We have planned about 15 dedicated gas wells, which will be rich gas to be supplied to the BCPL petrochemical unit in Lepetkata. So we are looking at natural gas as a main driver as we speak for the current year.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Rath. This is Shrishti also joining in. But when I see your Nomalika Refinery's numbers, then the EBITDA growth was at 53% on a sequential basis. Give us some sense that what really helped this number grow. Was it aided by inventory gains? And going ahead, what's the outlook?
We got benefit in terms of about PAT of about, I think, if I remember correctly, 1,600 crore. And that came riding on a GRM of about $5.14 per barrel, if I remember. But the best part, we got a pretty decent spread, both in terms of MS, which is about $8 per barrel, 7.9 or so, and 11 plus dollar per barrel in diesel. So we had an opportunity to maximize the HSD and MS production. And I must share with you, this year we witnessed about 102% capacity utilization and 86.71% distillate yield. So we did fairly well as far as NRL is concerned.
Okay. Did you have any subsidy burden in FY25? Because there is a complex formula in which the oil explorers always keep on giving subsidy. They never receive anything.
No, nothing. Absolutely no. Because you all know SAED ceased to exist effective December 2024. So no subsidy burden as we speak.
When you sell oil, the subject to realization is always open market, or this is like a fixed price at the beginning of the year you contract with OMCs? How does the formula work?
See, the whole issue is oil is very well placed because we supply crude oil to the northeast refineries, starting with Digboi, IOCL, NRL, then Guwahati, and if there is a delta left, because we collect the crude oil from the fields of ONGC, Oil India, and other small producers, and we distribute it. So our price point is benchmarked to the international price, and of course, we get a Oil India basket, but it is internationally benchmark price. There is no ceiling or any constraint for that matter.
Mr. Rath, since we just touched upon the Nomalika Refinery, any timeline on the IPO you can help us with?
Who did you tell? Who told you that we are going for an IPO?
All right. There were some reports highlighting that the company is planning to come up with the IPO. Would you like to help us with the clarification there?
We would not conform to that particular news. Let's wait for an opportune time when I will get an opportunity to share about it.
All right. Totally take your point. Thank you so much, Mr. Rath, for the clarification as well. And thank you for taking the time out and speaking with us.
Thank you very much.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.